Hi, Harold St. John, Toledo Ohio Ghost Hunters Society. On this week's Ghost Hunting 101 tip of the week, I wanted to bring up the topic of trespassing. I was reading an article earlier in the week of a group of 4 paranormal investigators out in New York that had went into an abandoned hospital to do an investigation. The hospital had been abandoned and condemned for the last couple of years. Well, all 4 of them were arrested. They were charged with trespassing, and thank God that was all. They were fined $2,000 each, and each of them received a year's probation. I was talking to a police officer who's a friend of mine this week, and he reminded me that they were very lucky. They have been charged with breaking and entering, and a whole slew of other criminal charges could have been pressed against them. The other thing I was thinking about is how dangerous it is. I mean, abandoned buildings are abandoned for a reason, so the bodily injury or death, even death could be the outcome of breaking and entering and trespassing into a place that you don't know anything about. But I think it's, it sounds like this is an easy thing and everybody should know, but trespassing is huge. Once I read that article, I started scanning the internet, and my God, there's been a ton of paranormal groups that have been arrested for trespassing, breaking and entering, and loitering, and all kinds of charges. The funny thing about that is the owner of the hospital stated that all they had to do was ask, and he would have gave them permission to enter that building in a safe manner. So all was for naught. They didn't have to do that, and they could have entered the building as well. But the whole topic of trespassing, I think is huge. First of all, it's a respect thing. It's dangerous, and you can be arrested. So I guess what I want to put out there was we were all young paranormal investigators. Maybe we pushed the envelope a little bit when we were younger. We're much older now, and I think the other thing is, and I won't say the name of this group, I think, the community has lost all respect for them. They've ruined their own reputation, and that could happen to anybody that gets arrested for trespassing. So that's one thing to think of. The other thing that bothers me with it all, it ruins the reputation for the whole paranormal community. When people are looking at paranormal investigators, that's the way they see us, and that's not the truth. So trespassing, I think, is a great tip of the week. We just shouldn't do it. Toledo Ghost Hunters Society does not condone it. At no time do we think you should trespass. Always seek permission. And it reminds me of how we do it, and I'm sure the other local groups do the same thing. We were at the Pemberville Opera House a few months ago, and while down there, I made a point to stop by the police station and tell them the location we were going to be at and the times that we were going to be there. And as it turns out, the one police officer who was working the night shift that night stopped down to the Pemberville Opera House, had a cup of coffee with us, and walked around the building with us for a while. And it was great. It was a great visit, and he was very involved in our investigation. So it's as easy as that. Calling ahead, getting permission from the owner, letting the local police know that you're there. So that's Ghost Hunting 101 tip of the week. Trespassing, don't do it. You could be arrested for loitering, breaking and entering, trespassing, many other charges. These kids got lucky getting a $2,000 fine and a year probation, but they could have died as well. So I'm always worried about all of our reputations and how the community looks at us as paranormal investigators. So that's important to me. So Ghost Hunting 101 tip of the week: do not trespass under any conditions. Thanks. We'll see you here next week on Ghost Hunting 101 tip of the week. Happy huntings.